Ratika, how are you?
Hi Sarthak, I'm really good. You tell me, how are you doing?
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So basically, I saw a lot of your posts on Instagram and saw you're doing a great deed over there. And also heard from a lot of friends that they know you. Few of my friends were taking classes from you. So I was like, okay, let's talk to her, get to know you more, and let's see where we can collaborate in future. So Ratika, please यार अपने बारे में थोड़ा सा बताओ हमारे viewers को और listeners को.
Great. First of all, really good to when you listen this, few people knew and few people already knows you, and you got to basically you heard about me from someone else. So it looks like okay, the work that you are doing, people are actually seeing that, following that, and yeah, like that's increasing. So great. So coming to your question, I am Ratika Khandelwal. I am from Jaipur, born and brought up in Jaipur. Initially, so currently, now I'm doing. I am a yoga teacher, certified yoga teacher. I do take workshops, around gardening, sustainability. I do maintain my own terrace garden, which I used to call, upcycle garden. But before this, I was into finance sector. I did my graduation from Mumbai in, BCom in financial markets. I did work with the corporate for around 3-4 years. And post which I decided to, switch my career and do something which really is of my interest, and basically which you do enjoy doing at your free time. And what would be best than, better than you can make it your full, basically your work from which you are earning. So that's how it went.
So, Ratika, what I have seen, usually people have a very difficult time जब वो switch कर रहे होते हैं corporate job से to something what they love. And primary factor तो वही होता है कि यार income अभी बंद हो गई है, and to kind of get to that level, or at least आपकी जो need वाली जहाँ तक आप पहुँचोगे उसमें भी time लगता है. So how did you deal with that?
So I know I always get this question. I understand this gets a bit difficult, and it was difficult for me too. So I decided to switch my career when I wasn't actually seeing myself grow. So how I entered the industry, even after 3-4 years, I was around at the same position, doing the same kind of work. I wasn't seeing myself growing over there, mainly because I wasn't liking the work. I wasn't being proactive. I wasn't taking much efforts. I was doing कि जितना required है बस उतना ही करना, उससे ज़्यादा कुछ भी नहीं करना. Right, so I wasn't seeing myself growing, and then I gave my CFA, and I couldn't clear level 2 for twice. I attempted level 2 twice and I couldn't clear that. That's when it hit me, this is not something that I really enjoy and I would, want to do for the rest of my life. So I did continue with my job. I dropped the plan of doing CA, but I did continue with my job, and I was just hunting simultaneously what else can be done, right? Because I did go through a lot of plans, of doing interior designing, which would be a 2-year course. And I did go through a lot of things, what interests me and from which I can make a career. And then suddenly, I came across this thing around yoga, and I was into yoga since my school days. I did win a lot of state competition. I used to take yoga classes in school. I used to give instructions. So yoga was of my interest in the school. And then I came across, this one has even the 2 months ka course. This one has even, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. So you can do completely as per, your feasibility.
Correct.
So that's when I started learning yoga. Simultaneously, I took sabbatical from my office for 2 months. And I did the certification, initially the 2-hour certification. And then I started teaching. It was a bit difficult in the start because even the monthly fees was quite low, which I kept, and even the number of people in the classes were quite low. And when I did start teaching, a lockdown hit right at that moment. So I had a plan to open my own yoga studio in Jaipur, which I couldn't because lockdown ho gaya tha. But then it opened, and another opportunity for me to start teaching online.
Correct.
And in lockdown only, I started making videos. I started, taking online classes, and I didn't stop then.
Correct.
The students were quite low, even only 1-2 students for a month. It was like this for around 3-4 months, but then if you continue something, people start seeing your work.
Correct.
They get to know, okay, this one is consistent, and we can go to her, him, you know. So
Yeah.
that's how the work, you know, kept on growing. So it abhi ke liye is doing good for me. And then because coming back to your question, and the answer that I would like to give it in a line is that I started working simultaneously, you know. And I started when I started getting some income from my side job. I decided to quit my job, you know,
Right.
the main job which I was doing. So that's how I did plan for this.
Yeah. So folks, you heard like how Ratika has kind of transformed herself from, you know, working in a corporate job to working for herself now, and which she is enjoying a lot. बट यार बैलेंस रखना ज़रूरी है, विच शी सेट कि कहाँ से वो और कैसे बैलेंस आ सकता है एकदम से. यू कांट यू नो शिफ्ट टू समथिंग, इट विल क्रिएट मच मोर डैमेज फॉर यू. बट या गुड स्ट्रैटेजी ओवर हियर Ritika. So
thank you.
Ritika, you told us about how you switched your job and now you're doing great in what you're doing. And how do you see your growth यार? कि एक starting में you had just 1 or 2 students, and then now how's the growth, and how does it feel?
See, अभी पहले I wasn't confident enough कि होगा या नहीं होगा. But I have been doing this for almost a year now.
Okay.
You know, अभी भी lockdown चल रहा है, and last year around in April, you know, in May, June only I started with my classes.
Correct.
And it's exactly May, so around 1 year. And if I look at the journey, it has been really good. I have learned a lot of things, but the only difference then and now is तब I was doubtful कि how will it go. I knew कि ठीक है चल जाएगा, थोड़ा बहुत हो जाएगा, but अभी I am confident enough कि थोड़ा बहुत नहीं बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा.
Correct.
So that's the, you know, the past 1 year the journey which I went through. I learned a lot of things. There were quite, you know, very ups and downs, but there were few things which were constant. I was getting response. I kept on, you know, making content. I kept on with my classes, whether the students were low or, you know, high. So abhi I am confident enough कि हाँ बहुत अच्छा चल जाएगा. And like when you keep doing something, you know, constantly, various doors open.
Correct.
Right? People started reaching out to you for workshops, and now not only my regular classes, I do take workshops. Even few corporates have started reaching out. So there are then, you know, various doors open up, and you can
Correct.
step into many things.
The green projects that you take, the gardening projects that you take, how are they different? Are they the simple कि यार someone wants to set up a simple garden, or is there any Ratika touch to it?
There is obviously a Ratika touch to it.
Yeah.
I have never used this word, but yeah, it does have that. So I do call my terrace garden upcycle garden.
Yes.
So like, you know, I do like gardening, but I don't like the cost that comes with gardening. You know, and I've heard people saying that gardening is an expensive affair, you know. Only rich people maintain terrace gardens, only they have a good backyard, they have a good front yard, lobby वगैरह, but that's not the case. Even the upcycle gardens can, you know, look beautiful, and so that's the main concept I revolve around. So even if you visit my garden someday, or if you would have seen my latest YouTube video, which was my garden tour, you will see I have upcycled a lot of things. And it is not something really fancy. It is very, very simple. I just use simple Bisleri bottles. I just upcycle it in a beautiful way. And you just need to keep some similarity around, you know, something around that. And the place does turn out, you know, really beautiful. So currently my terrace looks like, you know, many people have said it to me, you can open a cafe over here.
Yeah.
You can make it a co-working space with only a few people around.
Correct,
because
correct.
the space is such that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Ratika touch being, I do believe in, you know, going for the local plants, the not very fussy plant, not expensive plant, but the local plants which actually grow. and you don't have to really be fussy all the time कि उसकी care कैसे करे, उसको पानी कितना दे, वो गर्मी में मर गया, वो सर्दी में मर गया. I don't like all of those things. So going with local plants, going with the things that actually is of the environment, because see, like using a terracotta pot, even a beginner can plant in that, and terracotta pots are the cheapest. They are the most affordable ones. If you don't want to upcycle, you should definitely go for terracotta pots. But nowadays I see people going for very fancy fiber pots or else ceramic pots.
Yes.
So that's not something that belongs to nature. Terracotta is made of a mitti, and mitti belongs to nature. So you are try to create an ecosystem around.
Exactly.
So if you will use the things from where related to nature, your plants will automatically grow beautiful. So either something upcycle things or else something right from the nature is what the Ratika touches.
Very nice. Very well said. So we have talked about upcycling and recycling. Okay, tell me, besides upcycling and recycling, हम ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या garden में, by which we can actually promote the biodiversity of that space? Maybe जैसे काफी लोग आजकल रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग की तरफ जा रहे हैं. So do you feel we should stick to the traditional ways, or we should use the modern tech also?
I completely believe. See, a mix of both can create a good structure, because we are living in urban areas, and if you really want to go for rainwater harvesting, you will have to really dig down the ground, because we have so many concrete layers in between.
Yes.
So we do require a bit of modern technology to it, because we did interfere with the ground a lot, since we're talking about the rainwater harvesting. And when you talk about the traditional ways, my online space is something which I call Rooted India.
Yes.
It's around the traditional ways. When the name Rooted India, on which I'm working, is also signifies basically to going back to the roots of India.
Okay.
And when we talk about upcycling, when we talk about recycling, when we talk about sustainability, it is not something from this era. If you look back to our nannies, to our dadis, they all, they were all a good. They are actually leaders of sustainability who taught us how to live, how to reuse things.
Correct.
मतलब वो बहुत पहले से होते आ रहा है कि अपने भाई की टी शर्ट उसका भाई पहनता है, देन चाचा के बच्चे पहनते हैं, देन बुआ के बच्चे पहनते हैं, राइट? So we always believed in reusing and upcycling things. These things vanished away somewhere in between when we looked towards the West and we were trying to adopt the West lifestyle. But this is not where India can do really good. The aestheticity of India lies in its roots. So I will surely say keep going, using more of traditional ways, and if you feel any hindrance in using those traditional ways, is where you can use the modern ways, right? And when you talk about to create your own biodiversity, I do believe in making an ecosystem around. When you are having a garden, it is very, very important that you have birds, that you have few flies, pollinators. Otherwise, the vegetables that you are growing, the kitchen gardening won't flourish without the pollinators. So all of these are a good part of ecosystem. So we should always welcome them. And the more things that we incorporate, using compost away your wet waste, not throwing away your dry matter, and all of those things.
Okay. So Ratika, you have a small community now. I mean, a community of followers who support your work. So like I was saying, you have a nice community also now. And do you plan to do any events in future with this community? And would you like to create a physical space also, like you were planning earlier, or this online thing is doing good for you now?
See, the online thing is doing good, but I do want to do something at the ground level too.
Yeah.
That was the initial plan, and the plan remains, there. The only thing is the times are as such we have to do everything online. But
Correct.
I'm also working on, creating Jaipur Green Community. So
Okay.
we already have a page for that, and basically it's to connect Jaipur people. Basically, to start firstly with Jaipur,
Hmm.
and to connect all the Jaipur people who are into gardening, who are into green activities. Basically, we will call it green activities. Basically related to nature, down so all those things, making your natural cleansers, your composting, tree plantations, all of those things, and obviously gardening. So I do have plan to work on the ground level. Let's just see how the time permits, as and when can we start with those.
All right. I was coming to that question. That what are those plans that you are planning? But I think you explained it over here. Tell me a little more about your yoga classes. How is your approach? I mean, you have like good experience, like you said, like you have been doing it since your childhood. So what is your approach? There are different kind of yogas around, and are you doing any special yoga, or like there is a school of Iyengar yoga, then there is कुछ अलग होता है. So what is your way?
I'm so glad. So, like, this question is very contradictory. Not contradictory, but like few people may not like the answer. But I will go up front over here.
Yeah.
So, I do yoga, the traditional yoga that that is in the books. That is, if you take up traditional books, the yoga that was given by Maharshi Patanjali, who laid out the yoga sutras for us.
Okay.
So I do that yoga,
Okay.
He says Sthir Sukham Asanam. So that the yoga, the asanas that I teach do abide by this sutra, Sthir Sukham Asanam. And I do not believe in any other style of yoga. So whatever style people are doing currently, see, there is a very great logic, huge logic behind the yoga asanas, behind the yoga pranayams and the kriyas. I get really sad to see nowadays that people are just taking the pose and just putting it anywhere and calling it XYZ yoga.
Yes.
If you so people are increasing the heat in their rooms, they are doing the yoga things, and they are just calling it XYZ yoga. That is not something, what you are doing yoga, that is not yoga, because the definition, because the kind of style that you are doing doesn't fall under the definition of asana, which is Sthir Sukhamasana. Right? And this is what something Maharshi Patanjali gave. Even if you take up your Hat Pradipika, your Ghiran Samhita, which are your Hat Yoga books, from where we got our yoga asanas, even those, like even Swami Swatmaram Ji, even Ghiran Muni, that they also don't say you do need variations in these asanas, or you do need to include something else with these asanas, because these asanas are not complete or something of that sort. That's not the case. Right? So what I do is completely pure yoga. I even don't believe in using props, because until if you have any kind of injury or something, or then it's a different case. But you and me, we are in a young age, around 20s, 30s. We have got a fit body, right?
Yeah.
It's not required. Matlab, people are just using other things with yoga to make it look fancy. Right? They are opening up yoga studios with different names and using very fancy props, investing lots and tons of money. I don't believe in that again. So keeping it very raw, keeping it very traditional is what my yoga style is. And that is what I teach. So few people don't really like it also, because they come looking for something else, because they have seen a lot of things, all those poses, dancing in the air, couple yoga, all those things. I don't do all those stunts. So people do get disappointed, but few people who are actually coming for yoga, they remain satisfied. And I have students who are, have been there with me for 5-6 months now, and they are regular. They have seen those changes in the body. So yeah.
All right. Like you said, that people are heating up the room and all. I don't know the logic behind it, but it sure seemed funny to me. You told us about this yoga very, in depth. You seem to have a very good in-depth knowledge about it. And so, how long you have been studying about it now? Is it a recent thing, or you have been studying about it also?
No, this is a recent thing. So in school, I started doing yoga from my 8th class, but that was only the asana and pranayam practice. And post that also there was yoga, again asana and only pranayam practice. In the last 2 years, I got acquainted with all these things, your complete yoga, the parts of yoga, all these scriptures, all these textbooks. I got to do this in the last around 1-2 years. Just that I do keep reading a lot of things, because these things really fascinates me.
Yes.
So that's where this is coming from. Not a very long experience in this, hardly 1-2 years. Yeah.
So it was about a lot of people say, and in fact I've read it many times, that you can study by yourself. Like if you want to educate yourself, you can do that. But to learn yoga, you always need a teacher, because there are two parts of yoga. One is basically the physical thing, and the other thing is the mind. To understand what goes around in the mind, you have to have that teacher, not only to correct your poses, and to basically also understand what's going on. How much do you resonate with this thing?
See, I completely agree to this. Not 100% why you need a teacher for your mind and body, not for that.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, so when I did my 200-hour course, it was around 2 months, and then last for 1.5 weeks we had our exams. So it was around 1.5 months where I studied all these things and gave the exams. After 2 months, I was a bit confident. Okay, now I know. But then when I started teaching, a lot of questions started coming up. And when you start actually teaching, a lot of questions come even to your mind, right? Why are you doing this? And when you go through the books, though there are translations, but you don't actually understand that. Because I'll tell you, the books are as such that all the information that has been passed on to us are by yogis in Sanskrit form. So even Maharshi Patanjali wrote everything in Sanskrit. We have all those sutras. Even in Hatha Yoga, Swami Swatmaramji wrote everything in Sanskrit sutra. Again, in those Sanskrit shlok or sutras. So, and then there are people who translate those Sanskrit sutras to yoga. But again, the translation is limited, right? They don't write. So the meaning is really huge. What the initial person wanted to say, the translation is there to make you understand. But even after going through, there are few things which you are not able to understand, and that's when you need a teacher. So basically, who is someone who is coming from an experience, who have gone through all these things, and he has also learned from his teacher, and his teacher. So the cycle goes on. So that's when you require the teacher to understand the traditional aspect of yoga. And even there are a lot of things in the practical aspect also, why you are doing this, why you are not doing this. And even we try to relate the place from where I learned yoga is Kaivalya Dham, and there we try to this institute pays a lot of attention on your modern science. Right? So Swami Kovalyanandji, he was the one who started the institution, and his motive was to link yoga and science together, because otherwise people don't really believe in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you don't show them the scientific results, the researches, they don't believe in the facts. Yes. So that's why he wanted to do this. So my institute pays a lot of attention to that. and that is also where you need the teacher, so where she or he can tell us ki, okay, why this alignment, why we are doing this. So all of that also comes into picture, and you do require a teacher. So when you are learning, you cannot learn completely watching YouTube videos, reading the books by yourself. Like थोड़े से time के लिए you do require, and then once you get a hang of it, you can cover your own journey.
Correct. Very well said. Okay, we are at the end of our conversation. Would you like to add anything that we missed during our conversation, Joe? You would like to talk to your audience and our audience? Anything?
Nothing as such. So like we did speak about my yoga thing, the gardening that I'm doing. We didn't speak a lot about the online content creation. So like I'm also trying to build my online space, Rooted India. And like when you asked me ki, how did you build, how did you left the job and then started, it gets a little difficult when you make the transition. So I also missed to add that point over there. So when I was in my corporate job, so this was not really meant ki main aisa karungi. This just happened along, and now it's going good. I was at my low when I failed my exam twice. So I didn't have anything to do then. And that's when I started with a gardening page initially. And it just kept on going. It was of my interest. I like to talk to people, show them what I'm doing. So it just kept on growing. And then, and now the online space that I create helps me with everything. I can speak to people over there. If I'm planning to start something new, I can share the idea over there. People do respond. So I also did that simultaneously and currently. So because you need that constant motivation, and because everything is online, you can't really see the impact that you are creating. I will not be able to see if someone is enjoying my class, right? Because I cannot see the expressions clearly. I cannot see how the person is feeling. But when you are up there, when you are out there and talking to people, when you actually get the feedback, Ratika, I really like this, so I really like that thing, to speak with strangers, and like when they come and tell us, okay, I also made this kind of, I also upcycled my bottle like you did. So that only, even just this line really motivates you. Okay, someone is following your work and someone is getting motivated. So that push is constantly there. So so on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I'm doing that.
Amazing.
So at the end, it would just be like that I can understand that transition can get a bit difficult, following your passion can get a bit difficult, but it is, it is doable. If you plan things out, if you look for the feasibility, if you look around, your family and everything, things are doable. You just need to plan how do you plan to take things forward, and that is it. The things do happen. They happen for me, and they will happen for you. So that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Ratika, for giving us your time and talking to Socialgram basically. And Socialgram awaits for your presence at our space. And let's see कि कैसे हम collaborate कर सकते हैं, and we can create something beautiful.
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you for having me here. I'm also eagerly looking forward for the space Socialgram.
All right.
So thank you for having me. We had a wonderful conversation. Thank you.